Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, how to talk about the weather. This is a class for beginners or elementary students, and we're going to learn all kinds of descriptive words. Hopefully, we'll go beyond the basics. Three quick rules to help you in my class. Turn in, that's not what I said, sorry, turn off, tune in, and open up. Turn off your microphone, and please keep it off until you speak. When you're ready to speak, you can turn it on. Also, close the Verbling window in the background when the Google Hangout starts. So when you're in Google, close Verbling, and that way there will be no echo. Rule 2, tune in to the new words. Use what you learn as actively as possible. And Rule 3, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. So those are a few quick rules about the class. If you click on the Teacher Info link, the last page has links to different places where you can get in contact with me. Of course, you can always click on Follow Me on Verbling, which is the first cloud. And if you put your cursor over the Verbling symbol, you will have a hyperlink directly to Verbling. But you can do the same on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google+, or even schedule a private class. And in the future, I'll be setting up courses on Verbling as well, so we can look for that. Okay, so that's a bit about me. Hi there. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Ah, now it's
Hello.
working.
Yeah.
Okay. Can everyone see what I'm writing in the chat window as well? Or no?
I cannot see
No.
anything.
Today we have a big problem apparently because I did a whole introduction. Could you hear my introduction? Could you see me before?
No.
Nothing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do you know that this is a class for beginners? Hazel.
Yes.
Okay. You're going to be bored. It's a class for beginners, just so you know.
I'm sure I won't.
You will, believe me. You know words like hot and cold, so it's going to be boring. But maybe I can adapt it a little bit.
Okay.
Well, let's give it a try. All right. So I don't know what's going on because I did a whole introduction and we have a class fully booked. And right now, only half of you are in the class. Nobody's viewing. And I can't tell on Verbling if this class is broadcasting or not. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, but let's give it a try. So here we go. A quick hello to Aishu. I know that's not how to say your name.
That's correct.
Say your name for me so I get the pronunciation right.
You say it right.
Oh, but I want to hear you say it.
Aishu.
Aishu. Okay,
Yeah.
that was pretty good. And Mr. Honor, I remember you. How are you?
I'm fine. And you, John?
I'm okay. I would be better if my class started the way it should have. And Hazel, how are you?
Hello. Fine. Thank you. How are you?
Long time no see, Hazel.
Yes.
I was worried.
I'm okay now. I had a cold last week, and it's horrible to have a cold during the summertime, but now I'm okay.
That is true. I was also sick for a few days. Wasn't a cold. I ate something that I shouldn't have. Very bad.
Oh, meat.
Very bad. No, not
No.
meat. Fish. Fish is a vegetable, so I can eat that. That's acceptable. Okay, listen everyone. I'm going to give you, the three of you cannot do this lesson. It's impossible. It's too easy. But what we can do is try to do something with it, and perhaps I don't know. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, and look at this. The Verbling chat window is not working. Excellent. So let me go to the Google chat window, and you can see the link there if you don't have it open.
Yes.
Okay, great. Ah, and Mr. Juan is back as well. Hello, Mr. Juan. Let's see if he's got his mic on. Okay, so I got tons of people with the PDF open. Okay, so I think we can actually do the class. Oh, and look at this, someone new. Hello, Iremk. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm great. Iremk, I have never seen you before, so you are new. Where are you from?
I am from Turkey.
Okay. A lot of exciting things happening in Turkey. I hope things are okay where you are.
Yeah, I hope it will be okay.
I did a class on Turkey. I'd like to do another one in the future and talk about. I'd like to have a class called "Update from Taksim Square,"
Yes.
where we find out once a week what's going on from the people who are there. We had a class like that already. Hazel, you were in the class, weren't you?
I didn't participate, only listened and watched.
Yeah, but you were there.
Yeah, I was.
You're not going to get in trouble for watching.
No.
Mr. Juan, how's it going?
Oh, he disappeared again.
I see him. Okay, listen everyone. I can't get the Verbling chat window to work on the right side, so I'm using the Google chat, and if you don't have the document open, there's a link there for you. but I'm going to share my screen as well. Okay, so when you open the document, it should look like this. Let me just see if everyone can see. Sorry, let me go back here. Okay, so Irem, do you have that open, or can you see my screen? Okay.
Yes, okay, I am off.
Excellent. Okay, so let's get started. Today, how to talk about the weather. First of all, oh, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. So Hazel, what do you think about me when I'm not wearing my toupee?
A little bald.
Yeah, that's why I normally wear my hairpiece, and I wear contact lenses as well. I think it's better.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, in this lesson you will learn ways of talking about the weather. I shoot. Do you believe weather forecasters? Do you believe what they say?
Yes, I believe them. It's Mother Nature. I don't believe.
It's Mother Nature you don't believe. Interesting. So, want to explain?
But because I
think-
think the forecasters they're doing well, they're doing what they can, but it's not exact science. So
It's not, sorry, the last word, it's not
exact science.
It's not an exact science. Okay. It's not an exact science. So, what are some things, maybe I can ask Honor, what are some things weather forecasters usually say as opposed to what sometimes happens?
Sorry, I missed that.
Honor, are you there? Ah,
Yeah, I am here.
so what
but,
are some
I
things
missed
that
your
weather...
word.
Okay, great. No problem. What are some things weather forecasters normally say? What are some predictions they normally make?
It may have a sunny day that weekend, like that.
Okay, it may be a sunny day.
It may be.
By the way, my chat window is open. My chat window in Verbling is working now, so if you look in the Verbling chat, you'll see maybe. Sorry, it may be, I wanted to say. It may be a sunny day. Excellent. What are some other ways we might make a prediction? Hazel, besides it may be a sunny day, what are some other forecasts you might hear?
It could be, or it might be.
Uh-huh. Could be or it might be what? Tell me about Romania.
The weather the sky would be, the sky is blue, and the weather will be nice, and the temperature will be about 30 or 32 degrees. In the south of the country, southeast of the country where I live, the weather is nice and the sky is blue. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
not too good for weather forecast.
Well, today you're going to learn to be good.
Okay.
So look, it will be nice, 30 degrees, blue skies. Excellent. We're off to a good start. 30 degrees. Irem, what is a forecast you might hear in Turkey?
I
Is it the
believe
same? Is it the same as what Hazel said, or is it different?
sometimes it's same.
So what might they say? For example, tomorrow what? How would you forecast the weather for tomorrow? Will it be nice and 30 degrees with blue skies?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I guess we should all be there. And where are you,
Um,
Aishu? I can't remember.
Montreal?
Ah, Montreal.
Yeah.
Is it 30 degrees in Montreal?
Oh, not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
Tell me about tomorrow. What's tomorrow like?
Let me check 1 second.
Say again?
I say let me check. They say tomorrow it will be 30 degrees.
Oh, it will be 30 degrees.
Yeah, a little bit sunny,
Wow.
but
Okay.
it will be not warm.
Okay. But it won't be warm. It won't be
Yeah.
warm.
It won't be warm.
Interesting. Okay, great. What's another way to say it will be nice or tomorrow will be 30 degrees? If we're talking about tomorrow, what's another way to express the future?
It's going to be.
Of course, it's
Going
going.
It's going to be warm and
Uh-huh.
sunny and
It's going
sunny.
to. It's going to be sunny and warm in English. Sunny and warm. Sunny comes first. Excellent. Why is going to be better than will? Anyone know?
because going to be is more exact than
Yes,
will.
it's true. It's more exact because tomorrow is soon and will could be far away. So it's a little more exact. It's going to be warm. Let's take a look quickly. Let's take a look at our two forecasts. It will be nice, 30 degrees and blue skies. Okay, Aishu, give me another word for nice. What does nice mean?
Cool?
Cool? Yeah? Excellent. Okay? Cool. Let's see if we can collect a few more words. Hazel, besides nice, well, you contributed nice. We'll skip you for this round.
Beautiful, sunny.
Okay. Well, beautiful is more than nice, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, but we'll use it. Beautiful. Nice is how it feels, right? So I'm going to skip sunny and beautiful because it's not how it feels. We got to talk about how it feels on your skin.
Pleasant.
Okay, excellent. Pleasant.
Warm.
And- okay, yeah. There you go.
I said already.
Cool, pleasant, warm. I'll give you one. Lovely.
Lovely.
There you go. Irem, I hope I'm saying your name right. Irem, 30 degrees. Is that with a degrees with a C or degrees with an F? In Europe, we say 30 degrees. And where Aishu is from, we say 30 degrees. But what do we say in New York? Because we don't say 30 degrees in New York. Do you know the other system?
I
So-
don't understand.
What in Europe, when
Yeah.
we say degrees,
Yes.
what's the system that we're using? 30 degrees what?
We say degrees.
30 degrees what though? What's the system we're using? If I say 30 degrees C like this, look in the chat window. 30 degrees C. What does the C
Yeah.
stand for?
Same.
Same?
Yeah, same.
Could be. I don't know if I agree with you. Oh, Noah, what would you say? It's a good guess, by the way.
Yeah, 30 degrees of Celsius.
Celsius. Celsius like this.
Yeah.
30 degrees
Yeah.
Celsius. Excellent. So, Honor, what would we say in a place like New York? Because no one knows what Celsius is in New York. It's too metric. We like
So,
confusing number systems over there.
So, about 70 degrees of Fahrenheit.
Yeah, something like that, more or less.
But
I don't know. Maybe it's more, actually. I'm not sure. 70? Okay, let's say 70.
I'm just guessing. I don't know exactly.
Okay. And we call that, does anyone know what we call that? It feels good on
Fahrenheit.
your skin. Yeah, it's Fahrenheit, right. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. I hope I spelled that right. Oh, spelled it wrong. Give me a second. There we go. And what do we call how that feels on your skin? Yes, it's warm, not too cold, not too hot. It's the temperature of indoors, right? The temperature of indoors. So what do we call that? Where are you all sitting right now? In your... Where are you, Hazel? Are you indoors?
Indoors, yes, in
Okay.
my room.
In your room. Guess what we call that? Guess what we call that in English? It's
Inside.
it's room temperature.
Room temperature, but
yeah.
not 30 degrees room temperature. Room temperature is about 20 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
20,
I'm actually really bad with Celsius, even though I've lived here for like 10 years. I still think in Fahrenheit. I don't know why.
30 degrees Celsius is too hot.
Oh, okay. So it's not 70 degrees Fahrenheit then.
About
So
90, I think.
Is it really? No. That hot? Wow. Okay. Maybe I was wrong.
30 degrees is very hot.
You know what? This is why God invented Google. And that way we can just look it up. Isn't that great?
Room temperature is, as I learned at physics in in school, it's about 20 or 22 degrees only.
Oh, really?
Celsius.
So that means that 20 or 22 degrees is about 68 Fahrenheit and something like that.
Probably.
Okay, well, there you go. Oh, that's true, because when you have a temperature, what's your temperature? When you're sick and you have a temperature, it's what, 37?
Above 37 degrees.
Okay, so 37 degrees is 98.6 in English, in Fahrenheit, 98.6. So that's body temperature.
Body temperature.
98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so there's a good reference for you. So that's 37 point something. Or no, I think it's just 37 even. Okay, there you go. Now we know. So 30 degrees is going to be in the 80s, something like that. So that is a little hot. Hey, I like my rooms a little hot. Okay, so what's the weather where you are right now? Why don't we start with you, Hazel? What's the weather? So we know we're not going to say, this is what I want you to say. I want you to tell me what you see outside first.
Now it is night. It is 11 p.m.
Oh.
But it's still warm outside. It's about 25, 26 degrees Celsius now.
Okay.
And so I cannot say that it's sunny or something like that because it is night. It is. But it's anyway, it's summer, and tomorrow is going to be nice and sunny again.
Okay, so we've got, what we know is warm, 25 degrees. What else do we want to say with warm?
Clear sky, clear sky.
Ah, okay. So clear skies. Excellent. And can everyone hear me? Hello, hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I thought everything went quiet. Because today Google is acting a little strange. Clear skies. Okay, so what I want everyone to do is, okay, if it's dark and you can't see out your window, that's okay. But I want you to tell me what you could see, like Hazel did. So if it were light, she could see clear skies. By the way, if it's clear skies at night, what do you see in the sky, Hazel?
Stars and the moon.
Stars. Okay, stars is a noun. How do we make an adjective out of that? I'll give you a hint. It was a famous song in the 70s about Vincent van Gogh. Remember the name of the Vincent van Gogh painting?
The painter, yes, but I don't know the painting's name with clear
In
sky.
English, it's translated as A Starry, Starry Night.
Ah,
A starry, starry night. So, what do you see outside your window, Aishu, right now? It's not 11 p.m. where you are.
No.
What?
It's cloudy.
So you see clouds.
Yeah.
So the adjective is cloudy, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. You see clouds, so it's cloudy. If it's cloudy, it's also overcast. The sky is overcast, like this. So clouds, cloudy, overcast. Star, starry, I don't know. Clear, yeah, I guess maybe that's where the
Clear,
connection.
clear.
Star, starry, clear. What's it like out the window where you are, Iremk? Is it dark? Can you see out your window, Iremk?
Yeah.
What do you see outside?
It
Do you
is
see
dark.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Do you see stars or no stars?
A few stars.
A few stars.
Yeah.
Huh. So, a few stars is partially
Partially.
cloudy. Partially cloudy. That means in part. Not fully, but in part. So it's partially cloudy. Or a bit overcast.
Yes.
Overcast is because the sky, overhead, overcast. Cast is the same as to throw. So it's like someone took a blanket and they Don't mute me. I want to talk.
Oh, sorry. Wrong.
Irem doesn't want me to speak. So
She's new.
overcast is like, to cast is to throw. It's like someone threw a blanket over your head. They cast it over. The clouds are like a blanket. It's overcast. Okay, what about you, Honor? What's it like out your window? If you have to, use your imagination. Don't say it's dark.
It's very extremely cloudy day.
Ah, that's interesting. So, what does that tell you about the weather? What might happen?
Extremely cloudy day, heavy raining, with heavy raining.
Ah, so
and
rain.
a little
Rain becomes. What's the adjective?
heavy rainy.
Yeah, but wait a second. Star becomes starry. Cloud becomes cloudy. Rain becomes
Rainy.
fantastic. So a rainy day.
Yeah.
Okay, you brought up a good point. You said it's very rainy, right?
With heavy rainy day
There-
with strong wind.
Ah, wind becomes windy.
Windy.
Is it hot or cold? Hot or cold?
Hot. Huh?
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Cold. So, if it's cold and windy, does anyone want to venture a guess? What's the combination of cold and windy? Going once?
Chili.
Going twice? Sold to Hazel. Hazel, what's the combination of cold and windy? Want to guess?
No.
No?
Thunder? No.
Thunder is the sound. The answer is, if it's
Ice
cold
storm.
and windy,
Ice.
say again?
Ice white. Ice white.
Well, ice is like the same as rain, right? Ice, icy, rain, rainy. windy.
Stormy.
Cold and windy.
Stormy?
Cold and windy together. Sorry, Hazel?
Stormy?
Stormy. Yeah, he's saying there's a storm, but the word is blustery. Take a look. Blustery. Can you see that in the chat window? I can't tell if it worked.
Yes.
Ah, there you go.
Yes.
Mr. Juan, thanks for joining us. You had some trouble,
Yeah,
but you're here now.
yeah. Thankfully, I wanted to join, and I was very frustrated with this computer.
It's not just the computer. I couldn't join either, and I'm the teacher. If I had trouble joining, everyone has trouble joining. Okay, so cold and windy together is blustery. It's a good word.
Blustery.
So let's get beyond the basics if we can. So we've got cold and windy. I'm going to give you a word like this word here, hot. You tell me if you can think of a synonym, and then I'm going to try to give you a native sounding word that sounds better than your synonym if I can. So hot becomes what?
Boiling hot.
Hot becomes boiling.
Boiling hot.
Excellent. What do we call it if you put your hand on the stove? What happens to your hand?
Burn.
Burn.
Right. So burn becomes
Burning.
burning. Burning hot. Excellent. What do we call it when it's 25 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit? What do we call that? Remember, we talked about that.
Yes, warm.
No. The temperature in between the walls.
Room temperature.
Excellent.
Indoor
Room temperature. Room temperature. So anything that is not room temperature happens where? This is a logical question.
Indoors.
No, anything that's not room temperature happens where?
Outdoors.
Outdoors. Guess how we describe the weather? We use one word and not doors. It's just out. So if I ask you, what's the weather where you are, you can always end the sentence with the word out.
Out.
So let's take the word hot. Let's say it's very hot. Oh, Nor, let's imagine it's really hot. And I say, what's the weather where you are, Nor? You're going to say,
it's extremely hot, burning hot.
it's fantastic. It's out. Don't forget the out. Don't forget the out. It's burning hot out today. Why out? Because anything that's not out is going to be room temperature. And we don't say in, but we do say out because it's outdoors. Okay, let's go with cold. Actually, no, one more for hot. So, another word for burn. Does anyone know? Another word for burn. Don't you people cook? What are all the ways you can cook meat?
I said boil.
Boiling is
hot.
great.
Boiling.
Boiling,
Boiling.
burning,
Boiling
steaming.
hot out.
All of these work for heat. All of them. Here's one you might not know, which is scorching.
Scorching, yeah.
Scorching hot. Like this. Hopefully you can see that in a second. Scorching hot. Let's try cold. Let's see what we can come up with cold. If it's cold, hold on.
Freezing.
Excellent. Yeah, that's cold can be freezing. Okay? And it's always good to make an association. Like if you think I put my hand on my stove, I'll burn my hand. I'll scald my hand. We can describe water as scalding hot. I can scald my hand, therefore it can be scalding hot outside. I can scorch something, it can be scorching hot outside. What's the association we can make with cold?
Ice.
Yeah, you can pick up ice and it will freeze your hand, so it's freezing. You can also you can also burn your hand with ice because it's so cold that it burns. But you have to be careful because that doesn't mean cold. But that's what we say with ice. But we can say that with not with cold, but with ice. I wonder if we have any other great words for cold. Let's see, do I have any others? I don't have a whole lot of cold words. Cold, freezing, I don't know. Nothing else comes to mind. It probably will later. What about, we've got rain, right?
Yes.
How does rain feel?
Chilly.
Wet.
Wet. Wet, yes.
Wet. How does the air feel when it's wet? If the air...
Humid.
Humid. Humid. If it's humid where you are, Iremk, if it's humid where you are, how are you going to describe the weather? Imagine that it's wet. How are you going to describe it? Remember, it's outdoors, so you have to say what? She disappeared? Nice. Remember, if you ever become teachers, don't ask anyone a direct question. Very important. They may disappear. Anyway, so, what do you think, Aishu? If it's wet, if it's rainy and wet, and the air feels wet, and I say, what's the weather like? You're going to answer using humid.
Humid out.
It's humid out. It's really humid out.
Humidity
When
out.
it's humid, when something is very... Say again?
Humidity, right? Not humid. Humidity. Like...
Humid. Humid.
Humid.
Humid. Exactly.
Written. It's written in the chat box.
It is. And the other word can be used like this. The humidity is really intense today. Maybe we could say. The humidity is really, whoops, there we go. Oh, that's supposed to say today. Wait, that's not right. Fortunately, we now can delete things, so I can correct that. It's meant to say today. All right, there we go. The humidity is really intense today, so that works. But it's really humid out. Alrighty then. So, of all those words, what I wanted us to do is quickly group them into temperature or weather words. And maybe we can find the equivalent. So, which of the words that we've used to describe weather? For example, let's do one example together. So,
Cold.
say again?
Cold.
Cold? Yeah, cold?
Coldy. Not cold. Sorry.
So the weather, well, hang on a second. Maybe we need a different word. The weather is cold, right? The weather is cold. The temperature can be cold, and the temperature can be freezing, too. Temperature is freezing. So it works with both. Actually, that one works with both. What about... Let's see if we can do one or two others. And then we're going to see if we can have... I don't know, maybe I was going to have you do a little conversation at the end, but maybe it would be more interesting to have you do a little weather forecast. I'd like to know what it's going to be like. Maybe we can set up a little tourist business and come and visit you if the weather's good. I don't know. So, a word for temperature that we used was what? Which of the words would fit in the category of temperature?
Burning hot.
Well, how about a
Uh,
simple word like degree,
Ah, yes.
right? So
Celsius. Degrees Celsius.
30 degrees Celsius, whoops, written like that, is temperature, but the weather would be
Hot.
maybe, yeah,
Hot at 30 degrees.
hot, very warm. Yeah. So, let's see if I have any others here. I think what I need is a third column. Because what I really want is I want to just go ahead, yeah.
I have found an example.
Go for it.
For temperature, we can define room temperature. For weather,
That's it.
for weather, it is mild today. Maybe we can say that. Mild.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I should have a third category, which is how it feels, actually. So it feels mild. So I need a C. Now I know for next time. So room temperature, the weather, mild, or the weather could be
Pleasant.
as well. The weather could be pleasant. Or the weather could be the temperature. Yeah. I think with your level, with the four of you, maybe it's better to go more with descriptions because I think the basics are pretty clear. But so let's jump forward here. So imagine that this is our thermometer, but the thermometer has words. So you've got to fill in the thermometer. We've got extremes on the left and right. So what do you think would be, which one of those descriptions would be, what one of those adjectives would go right in the middle? Juan, what do you think? What would go right in the middle in D? If you're describing, you're asking the question, what's the temperature?
Let me see.
Here, you can add other words that change the degree, whether it's something is very or a little, a lot or not at all. So a bit or slightly. You can add other words as well. But let's start with what goes in the middle.
Give me a moment because it is not opening the.
Can you see the screen?
Not yet.
But I'm saying, what about, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see the image that I'm sharing with you?
No.
Oh, really? Jeez, what is going on today?
I can see.
Yeah, but I can also see you, and I cannot see Juan or Honor.
Juan.
So I think there's a connection problem. But Juan, we'll come back to you in just a moment.
Okay, I'll try to work out this.
Do you have the link? Because you can also open the PDF if you want. And if you do, if you want to open the PDF, we're on page 5.
I think I got it.
It's the thing that, yeah, page 5.
Okay, I got it.
So what would you put something in the middle for us? Give us a weather word, a temperature word that goes right in the middle.
For the first one, what's blank like?
Is that 5?
6.
Yeah, the one before. So in other words, letter D. What goes at the D? The D spot.
Average?
Mild.
Okay, I hear mild. And if we're talking about temperature, what does mild mean?
Like average?
Yeah, or? This is for anyone.
Room temperature.
Room
Or
temperature.
mild room temperature. Fantastic. Excellent. let's say we get colder as we go higher in the alphabet, and we get warmer as we go lower in the alphabet. So, Aishu, what do you think would go at letter A?
Hmm.
What do you think? Let's say the temperature goes up as we go to the beginning of the alphabet, and it goes down as we go to the end of the alphabet. So, what would you say? Give me a word for letter A.
Cold maybe? I don't know.
Oh, I think you reversed our temperature, but okay. Let's say A.
You say...
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
So we're going to say cold, but now you got to give me a degree. You got to tell me how cold.
Oh, okay. 8 degrees?
Because B and C are also going to be on the cold side. If we're going to put cold to the left, B and C are going to be cold. So A, how are we going to describe A? What's our modifying word?
Really cold?
Really cold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Really cold or quite cold?
Freezing.
Really cold, quite cold, freezing.
Extremely cold.
Freezing cold.
There you go. Really cold, quite cold, freezing, extremely cold.
Extremely.
Okay. Oh no, what would you put over there in G? So now that's the hot side. E, F, and G are all hot.
Yeah. It's burning hot, extremely hot.
Burning hot.
Yeah.
Burning hot. Or
Scorching.
say again?
Scorching?
Scorching.
Scorching.
Scorching. There you go. So it's burning hot or scorching, or really hot or extremely hot. Oh, but we've still got a few others. I wonder what we can say for the others.
Okay.
What do you think, Hazel? Let's go to C. So it's no longer room temperature. It's a little colder.
It's colder. It's chilly.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly. It's getting chilly. How chilly? How chilly?
About 18, 17 degrees.
18 to 17 degrees.
Yes.
Okay, but I want some kind of a descriptive word, a modifier. So is it
Chilly, cooler.
is it really chilly? Is it extremely chilly? Compared to A is like,
20,
we said it.
25 degrees. No, A.
A is like
very
0.
hot.
Right?
Yes, A is freezing.
A is freezing. So
It's
C is just chilly.
chilly, easy chilly, not
Easy
really
chilly? Easy chilly? Really?
No, it's cool, it's chilly, only chilly.
Not easy. Slightly. Just slightly.
Slightly.
That's a good word. Slightly. Okay, let's go to E now. So Juan, what would you say about E? So we know that room temperature is D, and we know that scorching is G. So what are we going to say for E? It's definitely on the hot side, not the cold side.
Boiling.
Really? Boiling? Really? Because scorching is G, burning hot is G. F, we don't know. But look at the equivalent. C is slightly chilly. So what does that make E?
Warm.
It can't be so extreme. Yeah, warm, right?
Yes.
How warm?
Pleasantly warm.
Fantastic. Pleasantly warm. Fantastic. That means above room temperature. Because you can go outside, maybe you can wear a short sleeve shirt or something. It's pleasantly warm. That leaves B and F. By the way, quick hello to Mr. Carlos Danilo. Hello, Mr. Carlos.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where have you been all class?
This
It's over.
is my first class here in Berlin, so
Oh, okay. You came to the best class. You're very lucky. The
thank
first
you.
and the best. Doesn't get better than this. Well, we had some trouble with the connection, so we actually had a late start. But we're learning about weather. So on your screen, we can see letters A, B, C are all on the cold side. E, F, G are all on the hot side. Right? And we've established that A is freezing, G is burning hot or scorching. C is slightly what? Slightly chilly, because it's to the left, the cold side of room temperature. And E is going to be pleasantly warm. Fantastic. That leaves us with B and F. So, who wants to tackle B? Carlos, if you feel courageous, you could tackle B and give us a description. Remember, it's cold, but it's not freezing. It's
Okay.
cold, but it's not chilly. It's colder than chilly. So you have to think about what B could be.
Okay, it could be around 5 degrees, maybe? It's
Could
no,
be 5 or
could-
10 degrees, okay? And how does that feel?
It feels cold, but it's not freezing.
Cold but not freezing. So, how cold? We need a descriptive word. We have so far slightly, pleasantly, really,
Very cold.
very cold.
Very cold, really cold.
Very cold, really cold, but not freezing. Okay, so that leaves us with F. Aishu, it's up to you. What's slightly hotter than pleasantly warm? What do you think?
Very hot.
Okay, yeah. Hot, maybe quite hot, maybe very hot, depending on how you like your temperature. How does it feel? You see, I should have put a column C in the previous slide. How does it feel when you're at F? Does it feel comfortable?
Yes, it is comfortable.
Yes.
It's comfortable. Well, we know that G is going to be uncomfortable. So how does it feel at G? How does the air feel? Can you breathe okay?
Like in the desert.
Like in the desert. And what happens in the desert? Because
You
we've got
have
some other words. If you can't breathe, we call that stuffy. Stuffy. You with me? Stuffy.
Yes.
Stuffy means that the air is somehow hot and, yeah, I don't know, I guess it's kind of humid or something, but somehow it's uncomfortable. You can't breathe. So how does it feel at A? If G is going to be burning hot and stuffy, and A is going to be freezing, how does it feel? Any other feeling words?
Cold. Just
I'll
cold.
take. Yeah, cold, but just cold. All right. I had something in mind, and now I'm blanking. I can't even remember. I had a good idea, and I lost it already. Because I can think of all these words for hot, and now I'm like blanking on my cold words. Oh, it'll come back to me.
Instead of freezing.
Instead of freezing, I had another one, which was because I'm thinking different parts of your body. Breathing, stuffy. Your skin can be burning or scorching. So I was thinking of other senses, but now I can't think what I was going to say. I'm blanking. I don't know. Let's move on. If I can remember, I'll come back to it. Okay, so a quick review, and then we're going to do a short speaking activity here. Fill in the blanks. Hazel, start us off. What's the missing word? There's more than one, by the way. There's
What?
more than one choice.
What's the weather like?
What's the weather like? That's a question you can ask about the weather. What's
Yes.
the weather like? Okay. And Juan, what about the second one? Time means any word that shows the time, any word or expression. Can you see where we are, Juan? We're on page number 6, if you can't see the screen.
Where it says what's the blank plus time.
Yeah, so the blank is any word, but I don't want you to repeat what Hazel said. Hazel, what did you say?
What's the weather like first
What's
time?
the weather
and now,
like?
And now
And-
we can say what's the
Well,
weather forecast?
Well, let's see what Juan comes up with.
Okay, sorry.
Juan, what do you think? Fill in the blank.
What Hazel said. What's the
What's the?
the temperature
Fantastic.
this time?
Excellent.
Okay, and you need a time word. And you can't say this time, because that doesn't work in English. You have to say,
What's the temperature around 11 p.m.?
okay, what's the temperature? So, what's the temp? Or what's the temperature now?
Or what's or today.
Or today. Okay, so that's what I wanted to hear. So what's the weather like? What's the weather like now? What's the temperature like? What's the temperature today? What's the temperature like today? You've got different variations. So fill in the blank for us, I chew, the third one. Now you need a place word, not a time word.
How is
What do you think?
how
You
is your city today? I don't know.
Well, city is a place, so that's okay. How is, but we need something to fill in that blank. So we've got a third choice. So if we don't say weather and we don't say temperature, is there anything else we could use to fill in that blank before city?
How is the forecast?
Okay, good idea. We can't really say how in forecast. We can say what in forecast. So if you don't want to say weather, you can always replace it with the pronoun. Why don't you try that? What's the pronoun for weather? How do we talk about general things?
Stuff.
Stuff?
General things, I don't know.
It's a good word.
It.
It.
How is it? Oh.
How is it? And now you need a place word. How is it? Where?
Is it in your town?
How is it in your town? How is it in your city? Okay. And you can use the magic one. Remember, all weather happens outdoors, so we can always use the word
Out.
how is it out? That's it. How is it?
It's out.
You normally say that when you wake up at 3 in the afternoon and everyone else has been doing things but you. Hey, how's it out? Or what's it like out? Or what's the weather like out now? Oh my God, you could combine them. Out and now, place and time. The last one, what was I thinking? Is blank adjective. I think I'm missing a word.
Is the weather rainy?
Is
The weather rainy?
it?
Is it?
Is it raining? Is the
it
weather
raining?
raining?
Yeah, but are you saying raining or rainy?
Rainy.
Rainy.
Rainy. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Is it rainy? Okay. Is it rainy? Or is it rainy out? Or is it rainy out? By the way, if we don't know the place, how can we indicate the place if we don't know it? If we don't know the city, we can always say using our question words.
How is the weather there?
There. Okay, we can say there, for example. Or you can say where. Imagine you're talking on the phone.
Where you live?
Where you are, right?
Where you are.
Because that's a little more universal. So, is it raining where you are? Is it raining there? Is it raining out? Okay, so we've looked at 3 different kinds of questions. Okay, let's give this a shot. Maybe we'll forego the forecast for today. Oh, we lost Juan already. Bye, Juan. I think it's a connection problem. Or maybe he had another class. Do you want to do this, or does everyone have to go? Do you have a minute or two? Because it's already... All right. Okay, let's go for it. So, we're going to try to do this using the words that we saw today. If you've got to go, just go. It's not a problem. Asking about the weather. So, 2 people are speaking. Ask about the weather now. Talk about today's temperature versus what's normal. Then ask the partner's preference. The partner talks about the preference, and I was going to say the season if that's easy to do, but we didn't really talk about the season. It's up to you. And ask the partner the same. Then the next person, the partner, talks about when to visit that place and asks that partner's opinion. So it's really just 2 people talking. So how many of the descriptive words can you remember? So what do you think? Maybe Hazel and Honor, you were here first. Want to give it a shot?
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it. So Honor, let's let Hazel go first.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Hold on.
Hazel?
Hold on.
What's the weather in your country?
What's the weather in your country?
What the weather like? What the weather like in your country?
What's the weather like in your country?
The weather like in your country?
In these days, cloudy and some. No. Foggy.
Cloudy and
Foggy.
foggy. Oh, we missed that one.
Yeah. I am in Turkey.
Foggy.
We missed foggy. Good. Cloudy and foggy.
Yeah.
And say something about what's normal. Is it usually foggy?
If you're in London, it is.
Oh no, is it usually foggy? What's normal?
No. Normally not foggy, but these days, the police uses tear gases. So
Okay,
foggy.
well that's another kind of fog.
Yeah.
That's not foggy. That's something else.
Smog.
Smog or
Just
worse.
Smog. Yeah.
So, Honor, now you're asking your partner's
Yeah.
preference.
Your count
Use the word.
is
Use the word like. The key word is like.
like.
Yeah. Ask the question with like, because it's preference.
Is the weather of your country like hot?
Oh, wait.
You didn't ask preference.
You didn't ask about preference.
Do you like what?
Do you like rainy weather?
No, I don't like rainy weather. I like sunny and warm weather.
So
And
compare that to the season if you can.
and I like about late spring and early summer. May and June are my favorite months of the year.
Excellent. Ask partner the same.
Okay, what about your favorite season and temperature?
Okay, excellent. By the way, good expression. What about you, or what about your preference in
What
the
about
chat
you?
window? You can say.
This is an American
about?
expression, right?
No, it's pretty universal. What about?
Okay. What about you?
What about you, Honor?
My favorite season is winter and autumn. I'm also I like rainy days, rainy and cloudy days. And so
When's the best time to visit Turkey?
yeah, sorry. So where am I? Talk
You're
about
on
when.
page 7 of the PDF, page 7, in the 1, 2, 3, fourth, the fourth part.
Huh? Talk about
So you
when.
responded. You responded about the season, and you gave your opinion. But then that reminds you, oh, maybe some people want to visit my country. Well, as long as they stay out of the park, they'll be okay, right? But Turkey's a big country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about when to visit, because we're talking about weather. So talk about when to visit.
Can I pass, please?
Can you pass? Come on.
Yeah, because talk about. I missed the point. I missed the.
Okay. So
You have to suggest me when to visit your country.
Sorry?
You have to suggest me when to visit your country. When is the best weather to visit your country?
Okay. I suggest that you have to visit our country between May and August. Our south coasts are very beautiful, and we have ancient places and very hot beaches and a beautiful sea.
I know. I already visited several times your country because I have relatives in your country, and most of all, I like the south parts of your country, and I have visited the ancient Troya, and of course Istanbul is the most beautiful place in your country.
I feel so far away right now.
Thanks.
So Hazel.
Yes.
Don't forget, you're deciding.
Oh yeah.
So you have to talk a little bit about when to visit your country, and then the two of you have to decide.
The best time to visit my country is also summer. Because we have beaches at the Black Sea, but also I think it's very nice to come in my country during the winter time and go to some ski resorts. And Poiana Brașov is the most famous ski resort in our country.
What's the name again?
Poiana Brașov. Brașov, it's a city and Poiana is a place near Brașov.
Poiana Brașov.
Yes.
Got it. I wrote that down in my book.
Okay.
So, who has the best climate? I guess it depends on what time of year.
The best climate, I think.
Between Turkey and Romania.
Oh, I don't know. I think in Romania there are several climates because in the south summers are very hot and dry, and at the mountains the weather is very pleasant. It's cool and it's nice to go to the mountains during the summer also, not only during the winter time.
There you go.
I would like to visit your country in the future.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
After you say that, I want to go.
So, Mr. Carlos.
Hello.
What's the weather like where you are now?
I am in Spain right now. I live in Spain, but I was born in Cuba, so the weather is not so different in both countries. So
Interesting. So can you see the screen? Can you see the conversation that I mapped out on the screen?
yes,
Excellent.
I
So
suggest your visit.
so I'm on the left side, you're on the right. So
Okay.
your turn. You're responding about how the weather's like. You're
Yes.
talking about today versus normal.
Okay. Today the day is not so common that used to be in Spain because we have a little storm by here. It's not. It was not a sunny day today.
Excellent. So it's a little bit
It's a little bit storming.
stormy. Take a look in the
Storm.
chat window.
Okay. Storm.
Do you see the chat window on the
No,
right side?
I see the chat window, but I don't see anybody writing there.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
No, the
It's
Hang on.
great.
the last sentence that I see is a little bit stormy. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
And now you're going to ask your partner, that's me, about preference. And remember, Hazel and Honor did this once, so you can use the same key expressions that you heard. Or you can use different ones.
Okay, I have to ask you about what is your preference of weather. I mean, what part of the year do you prefer to visit my country, for example?
For example, what's the key word that he should be using, Honor?
I suggest no. I don't know. I'm sorry. I missed the point too.
Hazel, what's the key word he should be using?
Well, what do you
What do you
like?
like?
Yes.
Weather do you prefer? What's
What
Or
do you
like.
prefer?
or
Because
Or you like?
because today we've used like in two different ways. Like as a description and
Yes.
like for
as a
preference.
preference? Yes.
Okay.
So here we're using it as preference.
Preference. So
What kind of weather do you like, or what kind
There
of
you go.
temperature do you like?
What kind of weather do you like? Could be
Yes.
that.
what kind
Please.
of? Sorry, I didn't hear. What kind of
Weather do
weather
you like?
do you like to visit my country, for example? What kind of weather do you like?
In
kind of
general, please tell us, teacher.
Teacher. Well, I guess that's me.
Yeah.
Yes, professor.
I need it to be basically boiling out.
I was sure that because you said that 30 degrees is room temperature and 30 degrees is boiling hot.
Because, like many reptiles, I have cold blood, and I need it to be scorching, or I'm not comfortable at all. In fact, the worst part about where I am is that it doesn't get cold, so there's no heat in the houses, because it doesn't get cold. Therefore, I'm colder here than I ever was in New York, because in New York, I know if you've ever been to New York in the old buildings, they have these giant water tanks on the roofs of the old buildings, right?
Mhm.
And it takes all night to heat the water, and then the water, when it runs out, that's it, right? So the scorching hot water, everyone takes a shower, and it comes down from the roof down to the other floors of these of the tenement apartments. But it also is used to heat the building because it goes through the radiator. So it's like 90 degrees in the middle of winter. You have to have your windows open in the middle of January when it's snowing outside. So it's very comfortable. I like it. But here in Portugal, it's actually really cold because there's no heat indoors because it doesn't get cold. So what do you need heat for, right?
Right.
That's my long explanation, Carlos. Sorry, I didn't really answer your question.
Perfect.
So yeah, I like it. I like it hot. what kind of what sort of yeah, what was I going to ask you? Oh, I like it hot, but I have to say that here in Portugal there's really only two seasons. It's either cold or hot. And right now it's still cold even though it's June. It's very strange.
Hmm.
What season do you prefer?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I prefer the spring, maybe April. It's not so cold, but it's not so hot yet.
Excellent. And so talk about when to visit. A little bit about when to visit.
The visit.
Because we're in the fourth part of our conversation there. Talk about when to visit.
What about visit?
Fourth part, page 7 of the PDF. Do you see it?
Talk about when to visit. Ah, okay.
Remember, in the context of weather.
Talk about when to visit. Where do you like to visit?
I
Portugal.
like to visit where you are, but I want to know when. When's the best time to visit?
Right now is a great time to visit it. In Spain, you have good weather. Usually, I live in Valencia. It's a Mediterranean city of the coast, so it is not horrible temperatures around the year. So you come here. You can come here wherever you want.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. So, I guess that it's pretty much the same as Portugal then, because the entire country is one giant beach.
Yes, it is.
And you are neighbors.
Kind of, but he's on the other side. He's on the wrong sea. We're on
the Mediterranean Sea is amazing.
It's the wrong one though.
It's not a sea, okay. It's a lake, a big lake.
Exactly, you're on the lake.
Come on, but it's warm. The water is warm. I prefer the Mediterranean because it's warm. In the Atlantic, it's cold. I don't like to swim there.
It's cold and nasty in its reality. It makes you think about your existence.
Yes, for sure.
But let me tell you, but the climate is good. The climate is Mediterranean, but the water is cold, really cold.
I was living in Canary Island, and it's the same sea, the Atlantic. And in 3 years, I never swimming in the ocean, in the sea, because it's so cold for me. I'm Cuban. I used to swimming in the Caribbean. So when I come to Spain and I used to go to the beach in Canary Island, never touch the water.
Well, if you go to the south of Portugal, it's the mixture. It's got the Mediterranean meeting the Atlantic, right?
Oh, okay.
So
it's a mix of the two waters.
You have to decide which way you want to go, to the left or down. If you go down, you've got the Mediterranean. So there you go. So Hazel, which is the best climate, do you think? Valencia or Lisbon? We'll let Hazel decide.
Lisbon, I think. I think Lisbon.
I think so too. I think you've got a lot of choice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Honor, of all the places you could live in terms of climate, where would you most like to live? And I'm not talking about tear gas, okay? I'm talking about normal climate.
I have a dream about living in a forest, which is it can be in Alps.
Really, the Alps?
Yeah.
Wow.
Chamonix.
Excellent. Well, today I was trying to improvise a little because this was meant to be kind of a beginner class, and I didn't get any beginners. So, but and today there's some problems with Google Hangouts. So I hope after the initial problem everything was useful. Tell me, did you learn any new vocabulary today?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Wow, great.
Blustery.
Blustery is a great word.
Blustery.
Scorching.
And the most
Plus three.
important, we have been talking. That is really important to improve our English.
That is
Talking. Practice.
Okay, so here's what you can do. If you like this type of class, this is from the how-to series. The last 15 or 20 minutes of class is meant to just be talking, where you try to put together vocabulary you learned in the first 10 minutes, a little bit of grammar you learned in the next 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit of pronunciation, and you try to put it together at the end into some kind of a conversation. But this class is meant for advanced beginners or maybe lower intermediate. So sometimes the conversation will have a structure like I gave you today. And if it has a structure, it doesn't mean we can't talk. We can. But what it means is you have to go for precision. You have to go for accuracy. Accuracy in pronunciation or vocabulary or grammar or all three, depending on what you're focused on. So keep that in mind. And all this week I'm going to be doing a how-to class at the same time. And I made an announcement on Facebook and Google Plus that I'm not going to do advanced classes except as courses, because I'm getting a lot of, some days I have people, some days I don't, and there's a lot of new students who don't know how the system works, so it's difficult to do the advanced classes with a mix. So what I'm going to do is create a course, and I can take requests if anyone wants to do those. I'm saying that because Hazel, I don't know if you saw the post.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to write to your Facebook about these courses. I don't know if you have to do all the 3 or 4 lessons one after the other.
No, it's very flexible, very flexible.
Okay.
And in the course, it's not just the Hangouts. The Hangouts are optional. There's also tests, instructional videos. There's material that'll be there, so there's a self-study part as well. It's a mixture of things. I'm going to take some things that I've already done to create the course. Some of the Talkaholic classes, I want to create a course around those materials, but without people that are new, because we had a lot of interruptions. So with the course, there won't be those interruptions. Whoever comes in will stay, and the course will be, those courses would be like, I guess, 5 classes or something like that, 5 Hangouts, but then a lot of self-study material, a lot of interesting reading, some videos about key expressions, vocabulary, or grammar that you need, and then a big speaking task at the end, usually a role play or a simulation, something very extensive. So all of those things go into a course. But I don't have to just do the Talkaholic classes. That was just my first idea. Okay? So any input there, just let me know. You can find me on Skype, Google+, Facebook. Okay? And don't forget, if you're new, like you, Carlos, go to my profile page and click Follow Teacher. And in theory, you will get an email of my schedule. That's what you should get. In theory, it works. I don't know in practical reality if it does. Sometimes it does. It should. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks, everyone. And see you tomorrow at the same time if you're around.
See you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, John.
Bye-bye.